If you're looking for an e-bike that comes with basically everything you need to start riding, this bike has it all, and it's really affordable. At the time of this recording, it comes in under $1,000. I think it's actually around $930, but with that price, it comes with everything you need. It comes with a bike lock, tire pump, mirrors, and it also comes with a bungee cord. That way, if you ever need to haul something, you can strap it down right here onto the rear rack. And what's really nice about this is the rear rack is also just included in the purchase, and even the fenders are included in the purchase, which a lot of times other e-bike companies will charge you for all these extra accessories. But not only does it come with all those things, it also actually is a really good ride. So it has 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires, which makes it extremely comfortable when you're riding over tops of rough terrain or gravel roads or riding in the grass. I take this thing all around my neighborhood, and there's a ton of gravel roads, potholes. I'll take it out in my trails, and it holds up fine going over all that types of different terrain. The seat also helps with the comfort. It definitely is squishy, it's nice and foamy, feels really nice to sit on, and it also comes with front suspension, which also helps dampen down some of the bumps that you're gonna go over top of. If you wanna check out this product, I put a link in the description below and also in the comment section, and there also is a discount code there as well to help you save some money if you wanna purchase it. This e-bike comes with a nice large front headlight, and it also has a rear tail light that also glows brighter when you squeeze the brakes, so your visibility is going to be great at riding at nighttime. The handlebar stem is adjustable, so you can drop it down lower or raise it up higher depending on your rider height. I'm 5'10", I weigh 160 pounds, and this e-bike fits me comfortably. But if you're taller, again, you can just raise this up, you can raise the seat, and I'm sure it's gonna fit you fine. Not only is this e-bike adjustable, but it's also fully foldable. The handlebars fold down, the pedals fold in, and the frame folds in half. So it's a really condensed and compact size. If you need to toss this in your car, you can, so you don't need to go out and buy an expensive e-bike rack. You can just use your car, toss it in the trunk if you need to, or if you need to store this in an apartment, it's very small and doesn't take up that much space. The one thing I will say is it's not the lightest e-bike. It definitely has some weight to it with these fat tires and the batteries in here, the frame, the bulk of the bike itself. It's still very capable of being lifted and tossed in a trunk, but if you're like a smaller petite person or a female, you might struggle a little bit more. I personally like that it's a step-through frame. I just think they're so much easier to get on and off of. I always wish every e-bike was a step-through frame. I don't have a stereotypical viewpoint that step-through frames are for females, because that's what my neighbor told me. He's like 84 and he thought I was riding a girl bike, but I just was like, actually, this is pretty common nowadays, so I don't know if that is a stereotype anymore or what, but I personally love step-through frames. The battery is embedded into the frame right here, which looks nice and sleek, and it comes with a key so you can detach it to charge it in the house. And they advertise that you can get a max range of 55 miles on one trip, but that is like ideal conditions. I personally never got that range. I was more commonly around probably 28 to 30 miles on one trip, but I usually ride this a little bit faster. So that was just my personal experience. But that still is plenty of distance to go on one ride. One thing that really surprised me is this comes with hydraulic brakes, and I rarely see hydraulic brakes on an e-bike at this price point. Usually hydraulic brakes are on bikes that cost anywhere from like $1,200 to $1,800 to $2,000. Like, that's typically when I see hydraulic brakes on a bike, but usually if an e-bike is sub $1,000, usually it'll just have mechanical brakes. So I found that to be really surprising and nice. I way rather have hydraulic brakes than mechanical brakes any day of the week. It also comes with a twist throttle, a 7-speed Shimano shifter, and then on the left-hand side you have your light button, you have a horn, and then you also have your control panel to increase or decrease your pedal assist level. I think the screen display looks really clean on this as well. It's very easy to see in the bright sunlight, and the layout is super simplistic and easy to understand. It shows you all your normal metrics on there. Another thing that's really surprising for an e-bike at this price point is that it comes with a 750 watt motor. Usually you'll only typically see a 500 watt motor or a 350 watt motor on a cheaper e-bike, but this still gives you a 750 watt motor, and I feel like it had plenty of power to take me up hills drive through my trails wherever I needed to go. One of my biggest complaints about this e-bike is when you're traveling at fast speeds, there's not a lot of resistance in your pedals. This e-bike has a top speed of 28 miles an hour, which is really fast for an e-bike, but I rarely go that fast because your feet just loosely flop around and there's no real comfortable resistance. So I don't know, anywhere from like 17 miles an hour and faster, you lose a lot of resistance, and I would rather just throttle at that point and not pedal at all. But if you throttle, the top speed is only 20 miles an hour. If you want that top speed, you're gonna have to pedal, which I just don't like the experience. So that's one con that I noticed with this. Another thing that I wanna point out is this comes with a cadence sensor rather than a torque sensor. So a cadence sensor doesn't adapt to how you pedal. If you're pedaling fast or slow, it's still just gonna go to its set speed, versus a torque sensor is more dynamic and more of a natural ride. However, if you're using this for longer commutes, then I think a cadence sensor is great because you don't have to exert as much energy and you can just casually pedal and cruise, and the e-bike is gonna do all the work for you. So I think it's fine, and honestly, at this price point, it's expected that it comes with a cadence sensor. Usually torque sensors are for more expensive bikes. A few other nice features is that the battery is UL certified and the e-bike is rated IPX6, which means you can ride it in the rain and you're gonna be fine. I typically don't like to ride in the rain because I don't want like the rims or something to rust out or my chain, but you can, and it's not going to damage anything. Another thing that's kind of cool for this e-bike is that it doesn't have spokes. It has these nice large rims on it. So if you're taking this off-roading, you don't have to worry as much that you're gonna, damage your spokes, and it just feels a little bit more rugged and resilient when you're taking this off-roading. So there it is, the Kingbull Literider 2.0. I think this is a solid option if you're looking for an e-bike under $1,000. It's probably one of my favorites at this price point. I think it comes with a lot of great features that I think you'll be very pleased with once you get this and start riding it. Again, I'll put a link in the description below, and be sure to look for a discount code there as well to save a little extra money if you want to. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video gave you a little bit more insight on this product. Have a nice day.